And we are live.
We are
Hello,
live.
everybody. We are live. And I am so excited to introduce you to this wonderful lady. Her name is Kelly, and goes under the name of Calihealer. Guess where she's from? Maybe Cali. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank
Uh-huh.
you.
So yes, Callie Kelly came into is one of my subscribers, and she has been, in on my channel chat, and we have gone back and forth. And this week, I was, I was uh, so loved. Honestly, she gave me one of her most beautiful healing treatments, and I can't
Oh,
tell you enough about how much it changed a lot of things for me. And so I'm so grateful to have you in my life and to know you. And I'm sending you lots of love. So there you
oh,
go.
I'm so grateful that you allowed me to be a part of your life and to do the
Thank,
healing and to
thank you.
have me on your show.
I
I'm
know,
so
have you
grateful.
on your show. Yes. So Callie Healer does have her own YouTube channel, and it is, yep, Viviani's already got it up, and she's letting us know. She's
Oh,
one of my moderators, and so she does have a YouTube channel. This is her first live for any time, so she's got other things up there right now, and she also has Instagram, so you can find all that out from her channel. But
okay.
yes, click on it, subscribe to it, and you'll know a really wonderful place to go to learn all about the things she does that we're going to talk about this evening. So
Oh, thank you.
thank you so much. First, I would love to shout out to Karen in Minnesota. Is that right? Karen in Minnesota. Thank you for being here. And thank you for, whoops, this way. Thank you for your
Oh,
beautiful daughter. So there you go. There you go.
thank
And
you.
also to your sons and your husband. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Yes. So let's say hello to some folks. We have Mama. Cat Mama's meows do drop in. She's wonderful. She lives in Cali, actually. And we have Landon here, who is someone special to you. We have Viviani and Juanita. We have Rossi's Den, Create Love, who's one of my members of my, thank you so much, Create Love. It's wonderful to see you as always. Teresa is here, and Jay Marcus is here, Rossi, and there's Val. Wonderful. Yes, yes, yes. You're going to just want to know all about Callie Healer because she's fabulous. Thanks for being here, everybody.
Yeah,
Lisa
thank you.
Keller. Yes, look at we've got a good group of people here tonight, and we appreciate that. We appreciate that. Hi, Steve. Oh, it's so nice to see you. I hope Mom's doing well. And hello, VL. Yes, very good, very good. I'm sure more folks will be coming in, but we're always happy to. I'm always happy to have you here, and also to introduce you to new and really wonderful people. So I want to start from the beginning, if that's okay with you, Kelly. I want to know what drove you, or what was your interest? How old were you? When did you get interested in healing
Yeah.
or metaphysics or spirituality?
Well, I was young when I started hearing voices,
Uh huh.
and I remember asking like my mom and my family members, do you hear these voices? And they were like,
No.
no. And so I knew I was different. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so and they would be talking, 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 and I finally at one point I said I shut it down,
Mm-hmm.
and
You're not unusual. A lot of people do.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I shut it
Uh-huh.
down, and then must got married and was probably in my 20s and started to go to psychics and mediums
Yep.
um and just really felt an interest in that. And um and and it was funny because when I would get a reading, I would walk out and go, well, I kind of already knew all that.
I knew.
Yeah, but I kept doing it, and then it was probably about 15 years ago maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw a shaman, and she said, you're a healer. And I said, kind of, but you're so busy with life and working and kids and,
Yeah.
it took somebody just to kind of point it out. And she said, your husband has a bum shoulder. And I said, yeah, he does. And she said, I want you to go home and I want you to heal it. She said, don't tell him what you're doing. And she said, just heal it. And I said, okay. I said, I'll do that. And so at night, when we were sleeping or he was sleeping, I would just send him healing to his shoulder. And it must have been probably 2 weeks went by. And we were just kind of milling around the house. And I said, hey, how's your shoulder? And he was, what? I go, your shoulder. I said, because, he was complaining about it all the time.
Yeah. You hadn't heard him complaining.
He goes, it doesn't hurt. He goes, that's just weird. And I go, yeah, it is kind of weird, isn't it? And I said, I healed it. And he was probably my number one skeptic. He's like,
of course, they always are. They are.
Yeah. And so it wasn't until I started doing a lot more healing and really having, the proof. And, like that story I told you behind the camera about my cousin, I think that was probably the turning point for him where he was like,
he believed you.
Yeah, you are for real.
No,
that was, and then I just started, people would tell me they had this ache, this pain, or this wrong, and I would do healing on it, and then it got to the point where I was so much so then I started taking on clients, and I'm busy. I'm busy, and I'm very, very, very grateful. Yeah.
So there's no like formal this kind of training or formal that. This is all natural, really. This is something you learn.
I mean, when it was funny because when the shaman told me just go home and heal your husband's shoulder, I wasn't even like, well, how do I do it? I just knew I could. And it was funny when I would, I would hear somebody, was diagnosed with this or that, and I would send them healing. It was, it was funny because I kind of had a practice of what, the motions of what I would go through. So I definitely think I was a healer in another life. And I've been told I've been a healer in another life because it just all came
so natural.
Yeah.
So natural. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
So, Kelly gifted me a beautiful package to be healed. And we're going to talk a little bit about what kind of things that she does. The thing that confused me at first, and you explained it really well, was the cord cutting, because I had only thought that you could cut cords away from people or, but no, I'd love you to explain exactly what it is that we develop or energy, how that attaches to us in different ways. I'm very interested in hearing you tell them. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything is energy. We're energy. People are energy. Places, pets, we're all energy. And so when our energy field is open or we have, especially if we have weakened areas in our body, and we could be out in public and somebody could be attracted to our energy, positively or negatively, or it could be a friend, a family. A lot of times you'll probably, you can't get them out of your head, and then you typically know that there's a cord attached, but symptoms are you'll get foggy, you'll feel fogginess, you will have trouble sleeping, you'll feel lethargic, and after time, if a person, and we can all cut our own cords too. But over time, if you don't cut the cords get thicker and thicker and harder to cut. And after a time, it can weaken our immune system. And so it is good that you either do it yourself or you have, somebody that knows what they're doing, cut your cords. Yep. And I actually, it just, when I do cords, I actually, go into your energy field, and I literally feel when I'm working with a client where their cords are.
Where they
I
are.
feel them in my body, but
Uh-huh.
and so, those I spend extra time on. But when I do the cord cutting, I literally start at the top of the head, and then
Mhm.
I work my way down. So,
Yeah.
all of your cords are cut, but then I will give you, I'll give the client like where the thicker cords were, the more troubled areas were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have no qualms in talking a little bit about what you told me about myself. It doesn't bother me to tell
Okay.
other people.
Okay.
So anything that you'd like to say is fine. But the first thing she said to me was that it was in my stomach and always is. I've had 2 bariatric surgeries in my life. And the first one that they did was back in the 90s. And when he went in to do the second one, I had all these adhesions that he had to cut away. It took him like 2 to 3 hours more than normal. So he did that. But then when you went in, and I know you didn't go in like he went in, but when you
Yeah.
did your
Yeah.
clearing, you said it made a lot of sense because it was so tough in there, I guess is the
Mm-hmm.
best word. And stomach is always my problem. I've always had bad stomach or irritable bowels or all that other stuff. And then you said you worked on my chest because I had betrayal there.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you just have no idea. I've had not only a marriage betrayal, but I've had other friendship betrayals. And so, yes, I carried it. And I knew I was carrying it, even though I tried to have forgiveness. But, sometimes you have the intention to take care of that, and yet
Yeah.
there's still a little bit left, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. Yeah. So as she went in too, which was miraculous to me because I was just
Oh,
laying there. While she was doing it, it's distance. So
yeah.
I was laying on my bed here in Washington. She's in California working on me. And then we had to talk about it. She brings in all these names of people that come through. And I'll be damned if she didn't come up with my mom and my dad. And that was amazing. The fact that you could get both of them, not just one of them. And some of the messages you gave me from them, very, 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 very important to me. Very, very. When I was a kid, I always felt like if I did this wrong, I had this guilty conscience all the time, all the
Yep.
time. And when you said my mother came through and she said, there's nothing more to be guilty of.
Yeah, I remember that clearly. That's what she said.
Yep.
She said,
Yep.
yep, and that
Uh-huh.
she loves you so much.
Uh-huh. Oh, look at this. Everybody's thrilled to see you. Annie Bear is here.
Oh,
She's here, and Viviani says that she's one of your friends on Instagram, or
yes.
one of your follow. So it's like old home day. Look at that. All these people here know who you are.
Oh,
Not everybody, but
I have
yeah.
goosebumps.
I know, isn't it wonderful? It's just wonderful. I'm so excited. So, but first of all, I guess you do an energy cleanse. It says you balance and align the energy, and you can, especially if you're feeling foggy or you're not feeling well. Well, I hadn't been sleeping well for like a month and a half.
Oh, wow, it had been that long.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, I'd get 4 or 5 hours a night, maybe, but
Yeah,
it'd been a long, long haul.
and
And
that's not
the
enough.
last since the clearing, I've been able to go to sleep without a problem. No problem at all. No problem. And sleep right through the night. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Lisa Foster, you know Calihealer. Okay. I didn't know you guys knew her. Well, in the chat. Definitely in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lisa Keller just subscribed to your channel. That's wonderful. So yes, and if you go into her community page, what she does is pretty much listed. I just printed it out, but you will be able to know how to get in touch with her if you're interested in a
Oh,
healing. And oh, thank you, Annie Bear. Yes, it was just wonderful. Just do you do all healings distance? Like if there's anybody in California, do you do them
I
distance as
have done a few in person,
well?
but
Oh, okay.
it was before COVID. Um,
Hmm.
Now, since
Yeah.
I haven't done any hands-on, but like when we lived in Minnesota, I would do a lot of hands-on, and
Hmm.
uh, and then times were different too. And then, but I still did
Yeah.
distant. remote healing too.
Because
And
really
that's
the person needs to
mainly,
be laying down and you sort of have more time, don't you, to do it if you're doing it distance? I would think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm typically laying down when I'm working on you, because I'm kind of,
Yeah.
in
In a
my own
trance
state.
state. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And, and
Yeah.
I have clients from, I mean, all over the world. And so, yeah, it would, it would be, it would be hard
Oh, yeah.
to,
Yeah. Unless
yeah.
they wanted you to fly to Morocco for, could you come
Yep.
over and heal?
Sign me up.
Send you a ticket, Yeah. All right. So this is VL, who's new to this type of thing. It sounds a lot like Reiki that she's
Mhm.
doing, but but this is something that came natural for her. Just so you know the difference with
Yeah.
what she does. But she says, does aura clearing and Reiki cut the cords? Do you know the answer to that? If it does,
Well, what I do is kind of similar to Reiki.
okay.
And aura clearing, yeah, I go in and I remove stagnant energy, blocked energy, stuck energy. Um,
Hmm. Hmm.
I do a removal of toxic energy and negative energy, but some of that is deeper, where we have to do the inner work ourselves. But I do include that. Um, but yeah, and then I align and clear all the chakras, and so yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. And she does the energy cleansing, she does the cord cutting, and again, like she was saying to me, the stomach area needed some cord cutting, and my shoulders did, and she told me different areas that she worked on, and I have to say that those areas have given me some kind of trouble, maybe not right like last week, but I've had issues in those areas, so I'm sure it was stuck energy that had not been moved out of there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yep.
yeah.
And some energy gets stuck, or just it's old stagnant energy. And
Yeah.
how, like the cords, I literally feel them in my body, and for me they feel, when I know you have a thick cord in your body, I feel it as an ache. It
Yep.
aches in my body. And
Mhm.
when I'm going over somebody's energy, you know I'll literally be going over, and I'll get blocked. And so then I know
Mm.
that's where the blocked energy is.
Yep.
Or stagnant energy, I just feel just kind of icky. And so I literally I feel it in my
You
in my
take on
body.
that in
Yeah.
order to know where it is. Do you have to then later on get rid of that in you know what I mean? Like you took on the energy and you cut it out of me, but you didn't take it on yourself, did you?
Well, no, and
Oh,
that's a really good question.
okay.
I surround myself with the white light of the Holy Spirit, and so
Right.
I'll do that, many times before
Many
I
times.
start, and then when I'm done, then I do a clearing too on myself,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
to make sure. And I have sage going all the time, and for every session that I do, I burn frankincense and myrrh.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and
Yeah.
so there's constantly kind of a clearing going on while I'm
Sure.
working. But
Mhm.
I typically will only do 1 to 2 clients a day, because
Sure.
otherwise it
That's a
just
lot
gets
of
to
work.
be,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
it gets to
yeah.
be too much. And each client, I spend 2 hours with them. So
Right.
um,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's an
I'm
investment.
kind of
Yeah.
pooped sometimes. But then
Oh, I
there's
don't
other
blame
times, like when I got done working with you, I
you.
wasn't,
No.
I felt great.
Okay, that's good to know. Maybe it's my coffee energy. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and that kind of almost seemed like it was it, because I mean, well, we had such a nice visit too
We did.
afterwards.
We did. Yeah, we had I was giving her feedback. Not, I don't know if everybody does that, but I think they should. But I was giving her feedback because she really is a wonderful medium. She's amazing. She really
Oh,
is. And so I think that that's something that I think
thank
you
you.
should know, and I think you should, and I'm not a shaman, but they told you about your healing, and that's true. But you also have the gift of being a medium and
Ellie,
providing
that's so very
healing.
kind. Thank you.
Oh, well, I
Thank
really
you.
mean it. I really do. It was wonderful for me. It really was. My parents have been dead for almost 40 years. And it's been a long time since they came through. So thank you.
And they both, well, and your dad, your dad actually showed up the day before your session.
I can see him doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He
amazing.
was right there. He
Awesome.
wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I consider him one of my guides, and my brothers are sweethearts too. And I have a brother, Don, as well. My father's Don, but my brother's Don as well. And so there's a double Don, and I'm actually Alice. So you see, I changed my name to Allie just for this, or not for this, but because I like the name better. Because my name's Alice Lee. So Allie. When people would call the house, can I speak to Alice? It's like, which one,
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway.
And you're definitely an Allie.
Yeah, that's much easier for me. Yeah, definitely. VL, we all could use it, honey. It's a good way of providing us with a sort of a clearing, a cleansing, an energy boost. And also, it's self-care. It's self-care. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. So yeah, I'm sorry that you're struggling, my dear. I really am.
I'm sorry too. And feel free to reach out.
Yep. Reach out if you can. So Lisa says, I just want to know how you cut the cords from friends that broke your heart. Well, it's similar, right?
Yeah. Well, and that, I feel the cords. I don't know who the cord was attached to. So if a person had their cords cut, you definitely get that one cut, because that's just it's in your system, and it would probably, and you can do it too, Lisa. But I would do it too if you wanted to reach out. But I mean, it definitely it brings on clarity, and it energizes you, and you feel more peaceful and calm, and you just feel healthier when it's done.
Yep, I believe that. So I believe that there could be the things inside us that need to be cut, but then there's also those that are outside that are pulling at us or whatever. It is interesting that I have a friend that every time she tries to cut cords with a certain person, he ends up calling her the next day. A lot of people have said
Is that right?
Yes. It's like they feel the cord cutting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting.
Yeah, it really is. So Mary Thornberry says, it's a great gift. I can tell you are the real deal, here to help the world in these exciting times. Mary's a sweetheart.
And thank you, Mary. And and it's not me. I'm just the vessel, so I don't take credit. It's all my angels and guides and helpers and God, and I have some ancestors that come in to help too, and so it's just it's my team.
So that's really that, and that's how you can tell you're the real deal as well, because all of us that do this kind of work, or whatever work that we're doing that's here or for other people, we aren't doing it. We are the conduit is all. That's all we are.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful.
Yep. Well, and that's just, in readings too. I mean, it's really, it's not us. It's the energy that's coming through, that, because you are so gifted too, Allie.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Thank you.
You are.
I'm just so glad to be able to work with all the people that are here, whether they are in the chat or whether I can bring them on to introduce them to other people. I just think that we need to find each other, and this is the best way to do it, So we have Dream Detective Kate here. Kate says, matching energy to identify the areas to clear and refresh them. That's right. Yep. That's wonderful.
And thanks. I'm anxious for your Wednesday night dream show, Allie, because I did go to Greece.
Oh, you did? Oh, good for you. Oh, Kate, did you hear that? Wow. Well, the other thing is, what we did, just so you know, is that we were going to do a dream meetup, and we told everybody in the chat, as well as ourselves, where to go in Greece and how to identify each other. and that we would come back on Wednesday night and talk about it. So if you want to come on again for the show and talk about it instead of writing it all in the, anybody's welcome to do that, though. Actually, Kate would like you to do that. Kate has said, why can't we get people to come in and talk to us? I said, if they want to, but there are a lot of shy people. So if you want to, then let us know, because we'd love for you to do that.
Yeah. So anybody watching, you have to tune in Wednesday night for the Dream Detective show. It's good.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So when you talk to people like here, Calihealer, in the chat, can you tell what's going on with us?
That's a good question.
Good question.
If I hone in on your energy, I can. But a lot of times I disconnect, because otherwise it just would get to be too draining. But there has been a few times in chat where people have talked about their circumstances and what's going on in their life. And I'm like, oh, they need their cords cut.
You get some.
And I have been speaking up a little bit, going, you probably need your cords cut, but I don't want to be too vocal either. But I can if I hone in on it. But sometimes I just try to disconnect. And
it's like a psychic in a grocery store. If you saw all the spirit guides and all the problems that were going on, you would go crazy, because you'd be hearing all these voices.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You just want to get some, you just want to get some vegetables and some meat and go home,
and go home. Exactly.
That's right. Oh my God. That's a great question. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Sonia.
Rose, I don't know what to tell you about this, but skin problems with boils. I'm sure there's something going. I'm not sure, but it might be something internal. I don't know. Have you ever done any work with people with skin issues?
Not with any boils. I have worked with people that have what's it called?
Eczema?
It's in the head. Folliculitis or something.
Do they go bald? Is that what you mean?
No, they get like little like pimples in their head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't think of the name.
I don't know the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
I have worked.
You have worked with
people like with that.
Yeah. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
And Rose, you could try cutting your cords. I mean, they're because, and even like clearing your energy. I mean, even if you got some sage, even the incense I was talking about, the frankincense and myrrh, is sometimes easier to get, and you cleared your energy. That might help. Because I do feel like it's something energetic that is part of it.
Yep. And of course, she's not a doctor, and she's not saying she is. So always check with your medical professional.
Always check with your doctor.
But yes, this is something more on an energetic level, but I can attest that it's really wonderful. At least it was for me. So Mary says, when all toxins are expelled, make us feel better. Yes, I know. Yeah.
And myself included.
Yep. I mean, it's almost as though when you have a pimple, you hate to sit there and pick at it, but when you pop it, it's like, oh, know, because it gets built up in there and it hurts like hell. Yeah.
And when you clear your energy and cut your cords too, it really it really increases your intuition too. So it just everything just is so much more clearer, and the clarity it comes through a lot easier, and messages will come through easier too.
Yeah. I would think for me, it's like there's a couple of things that have helped me become a little bit more in tune with things. The first thing was I did take a Reiki 1 class, and it seemed that it boosted some of my abilities. I'm not saying I'm, like some of the other psychics, but I feel a little bit more intuitive. And so then you have this sort of thing happen with this energy, and then it might boost you in another way. So for me, it's like taking a really nice Epsom salt bath, so to speak, for interior.
Well, and we really, truly, we're all healers. It's just a matter of, if we want to hone in on our gifts and
Yeah.
develop them. But yeah, Allie, you definitely too are a healer.
I think so. And like you, I let it, because I had kids to raise and I had things to do. And then I'll tell you one of the things that I did that I don't know why I did, but I did it anyway. I felt like I had to have degrees in order for people to feel like I had legitimacy. There's a lot of people that do that.
Well, I was one of them.
Okay. So you understand what I'm talking about.
Totally.
And then you realize, everybody's got something. You don't, but of course I did teach, I've been teaching at the college level for 25 years and I've enjoyed it. And I'm glad I did it. But at the same time, it's like, that doesn't really, it doesn't make you any better or any worse than anybody else. I already know that. I won't, and people will say, they earned their doctorate. I didn't earn my doctorate, but they want to be called Dr. So-and-so. And there's that ego thing again. And so for me, it's difficult. I don't, just call me Allie. That's who I am. That's my name. I would tell all my students, whether they're 15 or 50, I don't care. And it's very hard. And here's the deal. Kelly and I are the same in that it's very hard for us to talk about ourselves. It's not, and you know what? That's beautiful, because I'm glad someone else feels that way, because I almost lost out on a position because I didn't do it. And I said, I can't. Oh, I'm the best. I'm wonderful. I said, I can't do that. And, there's some people that can, and they do it very well, but
they do.
I'm not one of them. So, yeah.
I'm not either.
Jay is fabulous. We have Jay on here. She's been on my show once and she's fabulous. She is, honing all of her gifts, and she loves your Midwestern accent. Her mom is from Minnesota and her family has a strong accent as well.
Oh, that's so cool. When I lived in Minnesota, people would often ask if I was from Canada. And yeah,
I believe it. I had that happen when I was a kid. I lived in California, and people asked where we were from. I lived in Santa Barbara for just a year, and we said we were from New Hampshire, and because that's where I grew up. And they'd say, "Is that in Canada?" They would.
Well, I say about.
Yeah.
About.
I think about Minnesota.
You want to go out on the boat?
And your boat?
You want to go out on the boat?
That's so cute. That's really cute. I love that. That's wonderful. Mary Thornberry and Terry, you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, alopecia? No, it isn't alopecia. Fala. Oh, see, I'm picking up on some of the things people wrote while we were talking. Falacultus? Falacultus?
Yes.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yes, that's what it is. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Pierrette. A clean music lover. It's nice to see you as well. Okay. We're going to do a couple of card readings for you at the very end, but all right. So Jay says she's had a status issue of acceptance as a medium. And you know what? It's exactly what Kelly was talking about with healing her husband's shoulder. They always say that you can't be a prophet in your own hometown. Did you ever hear that before? Not that I'm a prophet or you're a prophet, but what it means is that people know you, who you were. And now if you're this way, it's like, oh, that person doesn't know how. And so my husband he would watch everybody else and he'd never watch my shows or ask for a reading or anything. And one day he came home and he said, "Can I have a reading?" And I thought I'd fall off my chair.
That's amazing.
I know. It was funny.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And my family will ask, and that's typically like for Christmas, they'll get cord cuttings and energy cleanses and a reading, and sometimes for their birthday. And but then I feel bad because then I'll get busy with clients and then they kind of fall to the wayside. And so,
yeah, I know. I do, because my husband's a chiropractor. So it's like, I can deal with you, but I have all these patients over here that I have to deal with, for my job. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I get it. I get it. Cat Mama says, in my field, the degrees and certificates are so important. That's because it's based on more scientific stuff, I think, Claudia,
Yeah.
that she works in. Hi, Tarot Your Way, Thomas. It's nice to see you. All right. Oh yes, Rose Hogan went to bed. Well, she's over in Ireland. She's from Ireland, so she lives over
Oh,
there.
sweet, sweet
Yeah, yeah.
dreams.
I don't know if you can tell her, but she can. She may not know, but she wonders what kind of healer she is. I don't want to put you on the spot, so if you can't, that's fine.
I feel, Sonia, that you would do well working with people's energy. And I think, if you were just to kind of go into meditation and just kind of focus in, what you could do, how I started out was, you working on my husband and healing his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
You could do the exact same with members of your family. I mean, if they're in an icky mood, you could just try cleansing their energy and see if it works. But I feel like that you could be an energy healer, which would be a huge gift to our world. I mean, to be
Yeah.
able to clear and cleanse people's energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think you should check into it, Sonia. I agree. You We all hesitate. We think somebody else has to tell us what we would be good at, but we really do know what we will be good at. We really do. But we
We
don't
do.
always trust it. We don't always trust it, because it seems
Yeah.
like, yeah, we don't know, but we do know. Yeah. Thank you, Kelly. I didn't mean to want to put you on the spot, but
Oh
thank
no,
you.
it's
Yeah,
all good. I just
it's okay.
sometimes just have to,
Get into it. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I understand.
focus.
All right, Mary, we've been told for 50 years we need a college degree for everything. I know. Let me know how all that's working out. Many of us are in debt and working. Absolutely. Mary, my husband had the chiropractic degree and I had the teaching degree, and we couldn't get jobs back in 2002. So we ended up working at public storage. We were the managers of the public storage building in our town, and we made $7.50 an hour. And we just had to really swallow our pride and just do whatever it was that we had to do. But you know what? Um, it changed us, but in a good way. It wasn't pleasant to go through, but I think it really expanded our ability to understand what people were losing their stuff. People didn't have a place to live. It was awful. But at the same
Yeah.
time, we were there to sort of comfort them in the best way we could. And so we saw ourselves as a light in the community, less than taking a job
Yeah.
that was less than. Yeah. So, yeah. Wow. Hi, Jill. All right. So we have some questions. I just want to say that some of the things that she has on her list that she can help with would be physical ailments and disease. I call it disease. I never say disease.
Yes.
Disease, pain and illness. And also, she does the insights, she does what you expect for the year ahead, right? Is that
Mhm.
when you work on them, you do that? When you're working with their energy?
That's like a special reading.
Okay.
I kind of, the reading that I gave you was just, it was just kind of a general reading, with
Okay.
your session. But
Yep.
yeah, you can book a reading for the year out, or half a year, or yeah.
So it's a medium reading then, right? You're using your
Yeah,
okay.
yep,
Okay.
I channel messages. I use cards, and I do on my Instagram page at the first of the year. I did predictions for this year.
What?
No, I haven't even gone back and looked at them, but I do predictions, and I do at the beginning of each month, I do an energy outlook
Energy for the month. Yeah.
where
Yeah.
I kind of give you the rundown, and that was funny this year, or this for the month of July. You know, I'm not thinking of myself, you know, I'm thinking of the collective when I'm writing and doing the energy outlook. And I had some things, you know, kind of happen this month. I thought I need to go back and read what I wrote for
Yeah.
my energy outlook. And I read it and I just laughed. Just, yep.
Well,
Yep.
and you know, you're just like the other readers that have said, if I'm talking to you and I give you a reading, it's them. It's coming through me, and I don't remember everything I've said,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you didn't either. Yeah, or
Yeah.
you don't. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep. I had
Wow.
to go check it out.
Sure, of course. Tina, if you go, there's a link to Calihealer's YouTube, and if you go to click on the link to go to her YouTube. In the community section of her YouTube channel, she has all the information about what she does, how to reach her, that kind of thing. So I'm sure she would love to help you out, but that's the best way to get a hold of her. So she also has is
Instagram.
listed as Callie Healer on Instagram. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can always
And you
write.
you could message me on there too.
Okay, good. All right, so we got a few questions. We'll get to them. Oh, Cat Mama, that's beautiful that you worked as a custodian. That's the kind of work. That's right. It's like getting down and dirty. That's what we had to do, cleaning out
Oh,
units.
I worked at a gas station, and
Yeah,
I literally had to
humbles you. Yeah.
sweep the parking lot, you know, at closing time and clean those bathrooms. And I think my first job was $2.12 at 13. I started working at 13 at the A&W for $2.12.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Those jobs really humble you. They really do. They make you realize how grateful you are for getting to where you finally end up going. You know, it does.
It really does. It really gives you appreciation.
Yeah. So Sonia said, I can feel it through my hands. I work on myself because you told her about healing. I asked because a lot of people over many years have said you are a healer. Well, that's what they said to Kelly. That's what the shaman said to Kelly. And she just sort of trusted it and went with it. So, yeah. Sonia also says, pull cards for the first time. One rating I asked for, one of three, said something that I do at home that I never talk about to anybody. She was correct about me connecting. See, girl, you're connected, Sonia.
You're amazing, Sonia.
Yeah. Yeah. Believe it, honey. Believe it. KK, yesterday.
Yeah, I think we doubt ourselves so much.
Do. We need this. Is what we need.
Definitely. This community is so wonderful.
It's so important. It is. And to acknowledge, because everybody does things maybe a little differently, but really we're all doing it the same. It's just that our gifts are a certain way and not another. So she was saying she was playing softball in the outfield. She heard a man in a Spanish accent say abuela. I believe the voice was a spirit connected to the pitcher on my team. Wow.
That's cool.
It is cool. I told KK a couple of days ago that I think she'd be a good animal communicator. See her horse on that avatar, and she has horses. And I said,
I think so too. I think she'd be a good communicator and healer for animals.
Yep. Hands-on, maybe. Yeah. Wowee. All right.
That's a special gift.
It is a special gift. All right. So here's you have a question. Was the voice someone related to the picture? How do I help at getting grandma messages through to people? I think the best thing to do, and you can certainly weigh in on this, Kelly, is that you say, I have a message from you that I believe is otherworldly. If you're willing to listen to it, but don't just blurt it out. Make sure you ask them if it's okay. I think that's what you have to do. Is that about right, Kelly? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Because a lot of people don't want to know. You know, they don't want to know. And
no, a person has to be careful. You know, because some people. Yeah.
They freak out. Yeah. You
Yep,
don't want
freak them
that.
out.
Well, hello, Diana, oil painter. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Kelly went, she's going to come on the show, I hope, Wednesday, because she went to Greece. Oh,
I did.
boy. I know Diana probably went. Okay. You started with Terry at Holding Your Spaces here. She's one of my
Oh, hi,
members.
Terry.
She's a beautiful woman and she's very talented. So I'm very happy to hear that, Sonia.
Her
She's great.
meditations are absolutely
Amazing.
amazing. Actually, I
Amazing.
was listening to one earlier from this
Oh,
morning.
okay.
I have a hard time. Once in a while, I'll get up at 5. And so when I do, I always tune in to her meditations.
Yeah.
But a lot of times it's like this morning, it was 6. So I watched it on replay.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's great. I've heard a lot of that, Terry. A lot of people tuning into your meditations. So much love to you as well, dear. Much love. All right. Is there anything that you would like to say that I haven't either asked you or before we do a
Um,
few readings?
no, I'm just so grateful and that you asked me to be on, and
Oh
yeah,
God, yes, yeah. No, it's my pleasure
thank
to
you.
have you. And you can come back anytime you want. What a beautiful group of people. We have 42 people here tonight watching.
What?
Yes. And there are some shows they have 400 people watching, but I think 42 is pretty darn good for Friday night.
I think it's
Yeah, it's
amazing.
good. Yeah. And a lot of them are telling me they've gone over and signed up for your channel. So they
Thank you.
yeah, we're gonna boost you up there, girl. We're gonna get you going. There you go. So Nancy, you want a message for August? All right.
For
Hi,
August?
Greg Dixon. It's good to see you. Yes. Thanks everybody for telling Terry that how much that you love her meditations. That's wonderful. Yeah. Yep. It's always nice to know. Yeah. Oil painter Diana Wonder Woman. Emerald Buddha, what have you been up to? How are you doing? Emerald Buddha's a healer as well. She is a massage healer in California, and she is wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So let's see. Message. Ooh. I'm going to just pull one card, Nancy, because I think we don't have time for lots of long readings. But I got the pink dolphin on the Healing Waters Oracle. And it says, celebrate fun, unbridled joy, have an open heart. Oh, God, that's beautiful. Look at how happy this woman is. And right above her, can you see the light? Like the light of spirit is above her. There you go. Yeah.
I get, Nancy, that something that you've been manifesting is going to be coming into fruition for you. And I also picked the Justice card. So I don't know if there's something going on that feels like an injustice, but they want you to know that karma always comes
works.
around.
Yeah.
And keep manifesting because you're amazing at it.
Wow. How wonderful. I know we never always know if karma will come around because we don't always see it, but it always does.
It always does. Always, always, always.
There you go. All right. So we got Linda Burgess. Can I have a message from Spirit? Thanks everybody for us just pulling one or two cards for you just to get through the list. I'm not taking any new ones, please. I've got like 7 more. So thank you. Okay, Jem. All right. I'll take it. You guys, you're like my students. They sucker me into stuff. All right. All right. The pearl. Ooh, you got the pearl, Linda. Alchemy, the reward at the end, moving from grit to grace. Remember, the pearl is inside of the oyster, and it's made because sand rubs together and creates it from friction from grit, and it turns into the most beautiful, beautiful pearl. So get through the grit to the beauty, because it's there waiting for you.
Linda, this is interesting. Communication came up twice. There's communication, the Ace of Air, and then again to communicate in the depths of your being. So I don't know if there's something maybe that has been weighing heavy on your chest that is needing to come out. I also get that your throat chakra could be blocked. And I don't know if you have crystals, but any blue, like blue crystals, will help with your throat chakra, and clearing it out. But they want you to communicate freely, and I get that there's something, there's something that needs to come out that you've been holding back, and they're saying it's safe. It's safe, whatever this is, to be able to talk about it.
Oh.
And they said, I am in the flow of the universe.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. Trust in it, Linda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, thank you so much. All right, we have Michelle. Hi, Michelle. All right. Thank you, Sonia. Take care of yourself, dear. You have a beautiful night as well.
Yeah. Good night, Sonia.
Mary says, Linda, tell the truth, even if it hurts. Not trying to tell you what to do, but you need to hear it. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you know what though? My card said it go from the grit to the grace, and so the alchemy will happen once you do, and if you do, you'll get the pearl. So there you go. Yeah. All right. Cool. What's Michelle? Ooh. Are you feeling stuck, Michelle? It says a call for shifting, flowing, and change. So it's stagnant water. And you know what? I love this picture because it reminds me of the old-fashioned painter, Rossetti, I think his name is. He used to do these. He used to do the Lady of the Lake laying in the water, sort of underneath the water. It's very beautiful. It's very old. But I think you need to move away from stagnant water into water that will flow, more like a river. More like a river. Yep.
Yep. And Michelle, I get that there's an opportunity that's going to be presenting itself to you, and there is going to be it's going to bring in more money, and they're saying that you're really talented, and they really want you to expand and go beyond your limitations that you've set on yourself, and to go beyond them and just surrender to the universe, and they're saying that you're really talented, and that there's going to be a recognition, and there's abundance coming in. And so anyway, I get that there's an opportunity for you coming up.
Awesome. There you go, Michelle. Wow. All right, we got 4 more here. We've got Jan's Free. Jan's Free is really quite a wonderful lady. She takes good care of her mom, who's not well, and she takes care of kitty cats at the shelter. And she's just fabulous. She's a wonderful woman. She really
what
is.
An angel.
Yeah, she's an angel. All right.
And I pull charity, generosity, and windfall.
That's her. She would like the windfall, I'm sure.
You are really an angel. I mean, you are. I mean, to your mom and to the community, but I do see that, and I don't know if you have one planned yet, but they're saying that if you don't have it planned, that you should plan a trip. And it doesn't have to be far, but they're saying just
Yes.
pack your bags, and just, even if you get away for a night, they, yeah, I got 2 cards that say that you're launching on an adventure.
Ooh, Jan. Good. I get into the unknown, underworld depth, courage, and facing your fears. So look, there's your adventure for you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Maybe go to the beach, Jan. Oh,
Yeah, and see, I got embarking on an adventure.
yeah.
That's
That's
really cool.
so this is what we call the psychic bounce, when
Yeah.
one person pulls a card and the other one has similar
Yep.
card. Means you're definitely in the flow with each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So Viviani, short reading for her. Okay. She has been working to try to connect with her angels and guides, and she's been doing a lot of work. Steve, are you still here? Because I have your question, and it's next. So I hope you're here. All right.
Viviani, I get that really trust your intuition and listen to your heart. And also, so often we'll say, listen to your heart, but also listen to your gut. Because a lot of times we receive messages through our stomach too. And they said, so listen to your heart, that you trust the messages that you're receiving. And I don't know if you've been cleaning out or organizing, but they said to renew your life and just do some decluttering, and I'm sure you probably know, we kind of all do that. When we do clean our spaces, and even wipe them clean and just kind of get rid of the clutter, it really opens up our intuition, and it helps us think clear, and it's less noise. And so it really kind of brings in a more peaceful and calm surrounding. And so they're recommending you do that too.
Wonderful. It reminds me of when we weed out old clothes, or whatever we do, we will allow for more room for things to come in.
Yes. Yeah, that's so true.
Uh-huh.
But it seems like there's always those certain things that's hard. But if they don't bring you happiness, or if you look at something and you kind of go, get rid of it, because it's just, it's going to make room for more.
Yeah. So I get that you've been doing deep sea diving, Viviani, and it says the way of the mystic, learning through experiencing the depths. That's what I get. So you're doing some inner work, and they're recognizing that for you. And there you are, making your way to the bottom. Isn't that beautiful? Well, yeah, you do need to trust your intuition. Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Yeah.
Lisa Keller, can you just post it again, or was it really long? I can try to find it, but if you post it again, I'll definitely read you after we read Jen. And all right, we've got M. Steve first. So M. Steve, Mr. M. Steve, I haven't seen him in a while, but he's very busy. His mom is in a nursing home right now, but she's a sweetie. He's got pictures of her when she used to dance. She used to dance even as an older lady. I mean, and but he's such a good son to her. He's a fabulous son. He loves his mother.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yes, he's amazing.
Yeah, I can feel she had beautiful energy.
Uh-huh. All right, so Steve, I got the sirens. Use your voice, expansion, and freedom. The sirens are the ones that call. Diana, if you're still here, you can probably tell better than I can, but I believe the sirens are the 3 women who are out at sea so that ships don't crash into the shore or something like that. So they're calling to you here. Use your voice, expand, and be free to do whatever you want to do this summer. Yeah. And we know you'll still be responsible, but there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Lisa. All right. She's going to be 97 in May, or she was 97 in May. Okay. There you go.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Steve, I get that you may be, there may be a decision that presents itself to you where it kind of makes you feel a little bit uneasy and you're not sure what to do. Your guides and your angels are wanting you to know that stay true to you. Stand your ground, and don't be swayed by what other people say or want you to do. If it doesn't feel right, you know, you'll know. And so really listen to that intuition. And if you're presented with this, just know that you're brave and you're strong, and that listen to your heart.
Listen to your heart. Yeah.
And I also get that you're going through a transformation, so there could be some new things that present themselves, you know, for the rest of the summer too, that opportunities and things that you maybe haven't even thought of, because I do get transformation too. So there's change coming in, and change is always good.
Always good.
We have to just try to welcome it.
Yes, absolutely. All right, Steve. Thank you. Big kiss to Mom. All right. Yes. So Lisa Keller, just wanted a reading, and Jem, we'll get yours next, honey. All right. Just wanted a reading. All right. Ooh. Oh my goodness. This is the coolest thing. When a baby is born, sometimes they are what they call en-caul, C-A-U-L, and they have a caul on their head, and it's part of isn't it part of like not the afterbirth, but it's like a mask or something on them? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Something like that. Anyway, what it is means the person is a healer, Lisa. That's what it means. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a seer, or a healer, or a priestess, and that your purpose is to be that, a seer, a healer, or a priestess. I know.
That is beautiful.
I know. And I mean, I don't know that very many babies are born that way, but I have heard about it before, and it's just fascinating to me. So Lisa,
that's amazing.
Power there. You got some of the power.
For you, Lisa, I get that there's a celebration coming up, and I don't know if it's a class reunion or if it's a wedding, or but they said that there's a summer celebration coming up, and you can decide whether or not you want to go. It looks like it would be fun. And they also are telling me that remember to believe in magic, that, you know, it's all around us, and it can be even like in the simplest things, you know. And so they want you just to start seeing the magic around you. And they also say that there's, you know, don't worry about finances, that you're okay, that let go of any worries.
That's always good news.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Well, thank you, dear. We have one more, and I'm just so grateful for all of you to be here this evening with us. And
me too. I'm so grateful.
So, you know, an hour is up, and we're just finishing up, but see how fast it goes. Ready? You did good. You did good. All right. So here we go. Jem wants to know. She can't wait to connect with you. So she'll probably be
Oh,
getting in touch with you. But one card, been a hard week for her. All right. Absolutely. Oh, you got the pearl as well, Jem. Alchemy, the reward at the end, from grit to grace. So whatever it is you're going through, honey, and you just said it's been a hard week. It's going to transform itself into something more beautiful for you, according to the card. So yeah,
absolutely.
from
Oh,
grit to
that's
grace.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Well, and I get something similar.
Mm-hmm.
I get the letting go.
Oh
So,
yeah.
this week was a crappy week. Just let it go. Put it behind you and just know, when your feet hit the ground in the morning, just say thank you and it's going to be a beautiful day, and let go of everything that's happened this week, last month,
Mm-hmm.
and because it doesn't serve you. And also I get that you need to love a little bit harder on yourself,
Oh,
that you need to accept and just love yourself, hug yourself, and because you're amazing, you are absolutely amazing. And so many times that we're looking after others and loving other people, where you know we have to give ourselves that same love.
yes, we do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
so, because you had a bad week, really just take this weekend and just do something nice for yourself.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everybody do that.
Yes.
Everybody do that.
Yeah.
Take a hot bath, go for a short walk, sit in the grass, whatever it is,
Oh,
pat your cat or dog. Yeah, whatever it is. We all need it. We all need it. Well, everybody, I hope you can see why I love this lady so much, and
oh,
I enjoyed having you all here to meet her. Please, she did a great job. This is her first time online
this
in a public
one.
forum, and so you got through it, and you blossomed. So thank you
Well,
so much.
and thank you for just being so comforting and welcoming, and because I was so nervous, and so I thank you, and thank you to everybody that showed up. And Allie,
Mhm.
you're amazing. Thank
Oh, so
you,
are you.
and
Everybody
everybody
is.
too that
Yeah,
that
they're just
came
this is
tonight.
the
Thank
greatest
you,
group. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
thank you, thank you,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much. We will see you soon. And we might see Calihealer on Wednesday night at the Dream Show to talk about her trip. And in the meantime, take care. Oh, she does have a channel. She does have a channel, Mary. Yeah. Anyway, thank you. Bye bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Thanks, Landon. I'm glad you got through it. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.